Capricorn, you are up for the earth signs. First, your abundance. We're going to take a look and see what your abundance looks like right now. Abundance is not just money, right? It could be financial. It could also be spiritual. It could be physical. It could be mental, emotional. Any way that we're able to experience life, we can experience abundance, right? And so we're going to tap in for your sign and see what your abundance looks like right now. Like, share, comment, subscribe. My name is Leticia, and the channel is Blood Moon Oracle. Let's take a look and see what is happening for my Capricorns right now. I hope you all are well today. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel it. Yeah, maybe someone needs to hear this. So if you would be so kind to like, share. For Aquarius. Oh, that's too many. Let's try that again. I'm using a few different oracle decks and a few different, a tarot deck and a Kipper deck. It says, people love to pay for coaching and transformation. I know this because I love to pay for coaching and transformation. I now choose to be in a loving, accepting relationship with my whole entire self. All of me is welcome here. All of me is valued. The best help I give my clients is the help I give myself. A lush ecosystem of support serves all of us. So I don't know if you are going into coaching, being a coach for someone, or you could be looking to get some kind of coaching. But there's something about being in a connection that's going to be beneficial for you, for your growth, for your abundance. Either you provide that benefit or someone is going to provide a benefit for you by being in connection. It doesn't mean that you have to be paying for coaching, though you could be, and you could be giving coaching to transform lives for others. This could be a time where you are coming to grips with who you are or who you are becoming and being very unapologetic about it as well. That is going to increase your abundance, because the more that I think I was talking to, was it Aries or was it Leo? The more we stand in our real authentic self, the more we attract what's supposed to be ours. No matter how hard we try, if we're relying with things that are not ours, that are not supposed to be within our lives, no matter what we do, it doesn't matter how much you give, how much you take, right? It's fleeting. But when we're aligned with the right things, those things that were meant for us, there's nothing that you have to do. It's yours. You know, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove that you are worthy of it. It's yours, and you can never lose that. There's something about being able to be your true self in these connections, okay? And understanding the very same thing that you do, if you are this coaching energy, the very same thing that you give to others, Spirit is saying that's also beneficial for you. So the love that you're given, the advice that you're given, the guidance that you're given, you can benefit from that as well. Make sure that you are benefiting from your own advice, Capricorn. I feel like your abundance is absolutely increasing, and that's through not your discovery of self, because this is not discovery. This is more like acceptance of true self, right? Not leaving anything out of the equation, putting everything that you are on the table, right? Because everything that's aligned with that is going to be attracted to that. Let's see. What else for Capricorn, the abundance right now? What else for Capricorn? So I don't know if you are doing some special kind of project. You could be someone that's in, some type of studies or coaching. That may be, I don't know if that is, you're experiencing some difficulties with that right now. Maybe it's not your focus. Maybe you're feeling like some type of block with that right now. And it's due to like emotional situations or feeling some lack that you may feel like you have, or not feeling empowered in some type of way. There's some emotional clarity that's needed. Why are you feeling that way? Maybe you should ask, when you find moments that are difficult to handle emotionally, it's okay to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? And expect an answer. There's something that you need to know. There's something that you don't know that you need to know. You need clarity around it. I feel like that's where this bit of emotional confusion is coming from when it comes to emotional abundance. There's something that feels like needs to be some clarity, maybe around why. I don't know if you're having a difficulty getting over something or someone. Maybe you're having a difficulty retaining something that you feel like you should. There's some difficulty with processing that has something to do with emotional, just emotional issues. Maybe you should just ask and expect the answer. So I have the Page of Swords that came in reverse, the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups together, the Temperance, and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, also, I feel like there's a deep level of understanding. I don't feel like you are someone who is really, I don't think you hold materialism very high. I think you esteem the experience higher than the materialism, right? It's experiential for you. How you are able to understand. It's experiential, through experience, through connection. And I feel like that's very important for you. You're very abundant when it comes to your connections, your relationships, things that you've established from the past that has given you a solid, firm, emotional foundation. I feel like it's very experiential for you. So the abundance that you're feeling could, in fact, be things that you're able to see through your experiences. And that's where you are able to understand just how blessed, how abundant you are. That's something that you hold at high esteem when it comes to your abundance. It's through your connections, through your relationships, through the experiences that you have had. I also feel like you are someone who works well with others. You are kind of like a beacon of light, a beacon of hope. You are a peacemaker. And that creates abundance for you. I don't feel like you're impulsive. I think you are someone who sits back and waits and analyzes and times things. I feel like you're someone who's very balanced and grounded. And so you're a good source of, someone who is able to walk into situations and determine what's needed and give what's needed. You represent that energy, right? To bring this calm to the situation. Very healing energy to Capricorn. So very abundant in that way. And that is a beautiful energy to have because that helps you to be grounded and stable. That's like very foundational for being able to build strong, solid plans for the future, having that strong, firm foundation. That goes over to how you feel about your abundance too. Spiritually, you've given lots of thought, lots of time. I don't feel like you rush into anything, any ways of doing things, any beliefs, like you are someone who needs to see proof in the pudding before you'll ascribe to it. And it's the same for your how you believe about your abundance and how you're experiencing it. I think you're very generous. You're very generous, and especially to yourself, but you're very generous and kind to others too. Again, that experiential connections, those are things that are very important to you. Yeah. I feel like you have this strong belief in creating this stable environment that's conducive for the growth. And so your beliefs is in the root, it's in the foundation of a thing, creating a strong, solid foundation, and anything can grow. As a matter of fact, everything will grow if you create a strong, solid foundation. So all of your beliefs may be things around creating stability, or having a strong, solid foundation. This could be about love, this could be about finances, this could be about your emotional abundance, your spiritual abundance, your physical abundance. There's something about creating a space that's going to be conducive for abundance to grow. And if you are a coach, that could be like some of the things that you coach people around, going back to the foundation and creating stability there. And I'm hearing root chakra. If you're into chakras, you could be someone very interested and tapped into the root chakra. Okay, let's see here. What else about Capricorn spirit? Their abundance right now. So a few cards came out. Dishonesty, hope, great water, change, and high honors. I feel like spirit is definitely tapping back into that energy of the authentic self and just feeling comfortable being yourself. Because again, what is yours is yours. Nobody can take that. If it's really, truly meant for you to have it, you won't have to earn it. You won't have to convince anybody that you're worthy of it. You won't have to pay for it or buy it or have to connive your way into it. And so there's something about being okay with putting your whole self out there on the table, not holding anything back, not being afraid of someone seeing the real you, because what is yours is going to gravitate towards the real you. And if you're anybody other than the real you, then what you're pulling in and attracting is not really in alignment with your true self. There's something here about connecting with others that is your abundance. Hope, great water. That's all about this very optimistic outcome to whatever it is that you're doing. I do feel like change is coming in. Whatever has been not working out, whatever this emotional turmoil that kind of keeps this gray, fuzzy energy, keeps you away from having clarity, right, is changing. I think that's changing. And the work that you've done with high honors will be rewarded if you've put yourself out there to be able to be open to receive new information. If you're learning new things, if you're going and studying something, there is a lot of rewards coming from that. A lot of respect around what you have set out to accomplish. And that's where part of your abundance is laying as well. I feel like whatever this is going to open up new levels for you, maybe even higher, levels of earning money, high honors. It may in fact place you in a position to where you are able to teach others or coach others, right? Your abundance is coming through you stepping into your authentic self and being open to show your true entire self. There's a love that enters in when we do that. That love is so attractive and so beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than someone who has a healthy love for themselves, and it's not based on perfection. It's not based on like all of the good things that they have going, but it's based on authenticity, this balance of being open to live life on its terms, dealing with things when they come up, not that everything is always going to be perfect. Things will come up and arise for us to deal with, right? Being open to deal with those things. And sometimes we get the opportunity to share those things with others, because the truth of the matter is sometimes we think we're the only ones experiencing difficulties when there's quite a few people. And if we were really honest, we probably would be surprised how many people are on the same page as us with that struggle than we realize. And so, yeah, Spirit is wanting you to understand that your abundance lies in your ability to connect with others for some reason right now. And let them see you in your true light, right? If you are struggling and having a hard time with something, maybe somebody's supposed to be learning from that, from your experience. That's possible too. Sometimes we don't have to experience certain things. Sometimes we can learn vicariously by watching someone else go through. And sometimes you're like me, where you got to learn the hard way. But not everybody is like that. Sometimes people can look at other people's lives and learn. So we have non-duality, energetic clearing, and right action. This is our ending message. Again, Spirit talking about authenticity with non-duality, allowing that to shine forward, your true, authentic humanity, your authentic nature. Allow that to shine through while also acknowledging that divine part of who you are as well. You can do both. You can be perfect and imperfect at the same time, right? You can have light and dark at the same time. Our beings of duality, right? There's two sides, and Spirit wants you to be equally accepting of both. Let it shine forth, right? Don't hide the light. Let it shine. Also, something about clearing your energy. So sometimes with this blocked energy, I feel like for you, this could be something emotional. I don't know. Let me know. That's just what I'm feeling. Sometimes it has something to do with needing to release some things, or we would call it in spirituality, cleanse, right? Cleanse the energy. Because sometimes during difficult times that we experience, or sometimes during crisis, right? Sometimes these are the very tools, the very vehicles that are being used to move us from one place to another, to empty us out of things that it's time for us to release, like fear or attachments, unhealthy attachments, so that we can empty ourselves out so we can receive the abundance that wants to come in. So there may be some energetic cleansing needed, and we can do that in many different ways. It's as simple as praying, of course, praying the right prayer and asking for the release of these things that we may be trying to hold on to. It could be things, it could be people. That energetic cleansing could be through meditation, through setting intentions, through writing everything out, just releasing. Like there's many different ways that we can cleanse our energy of things that need to be released, or people that need to be released. There's something here about needing to do that. And then there's something about just trusting in the moment, letting go of what Spirit is asking you to release. I feel like there's going to be like an inner knowing of the things that needs to be released for you, Capricorn. For those things that is trying to get away and we're grappling at them, trying to hold them back because we don't want to let them go. Those are the very things that need to go. Release. Open your hands and release, because unless you release what you're holding on to, you won't have room to receive the abundance coming your way. And so there's an energy, the Spirit is saying right now in the moment, to be this open channel that's clean, that acknowledges both aspects of the existence, who you are, right? Good and bad, light and dark, right? Letting things go that want to go and letting things come that want to come. Spirit is concerned about your stability, and you probably are too, because that's probably something that you are very much, in tune with, your stability. That's where it lies, being an open channel, an open vessel for things to go when they need to go, for things to come when they need to come. But we have to be able to let them go. Okay? So that's what I'm getting for you. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel it. Thank you, Capricorn, for stopping by. Until next time. Bye. Taurus. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. My name is Leticia. We are looking at your abundance right now. What does that look like? And what spirit might advise to open up to more abundance? As you know, abundance is not just financial, Taurus. It is in any way that you are experiencing life, you can actually experience abundance. So it could be physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, financial, in any way that you can experience it. Let's see where your abundance lies right now for Taurus spirit, please and thank you. I'm using a couple of different oracle decks, a tarot deck and a keeper for more information. All right, so to start, now I choose to claim my full power and authority in this world. It is now safe for me to be in my full power and authority, as it always has been. You may be just realizing this, Taurus, that it is safe for you to step into your authority and your power. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. There may be some connection to ancestral energies that has always been there, right? You're just waking up to it for whoever you are. I hear spirit saying, you have always had this. This is not anything new. This is not anything that anyone has given to you. You've always had this lying within, just waiting for you to activate it, to step into it, to claim it, to be it. I feel like there's some grand awakening or grand realization that you're having right now, Taurus, about your abundance. And it does feel spiritual. Your spiritual abundance, your spiritual, it could be something around inheritance, being that we have ancestors showing up here. There may be some great expectation that you've been given. I'm going to pull some tarot. Feels like a massive shift happening for you, Taurus. My first tarot card is the World, which is about successfully attaining something, reaching some level of a goal, success, reaching a level of fulfillment, graduation. You hold it in your hands. And Spirit wants you to know that you are protected. So for whoever you are that's about to step out in the world, in your authority, in your power, right? You're protected. Spirit wants you to know that you're protected when you decide to do this. So don't worry and don't fear. Don't be afraid. You will hit the mark. Okay. For some of you, there's a big change happening. You're like going from one place to another. That could be physically for some of you, but it feels more spiritual, like a switch in energy, like a switch in method, right? A leveling up in how you do things. Maybe even where you go. I also see you being very grounded in your understanding, very methodical. I don't feel like you rush into anything. You're someone who sits back. You are earth energy, so that makes sense. You're very patient because you desire understanding before jumping into things. And so it feels like you have a great understanding when it comes to how, when it comes to implementing certain things that will bring you different experiences, maybe even tapping into the things that you need or desire. You seem to have a good method or a good understanding of what's required. And you're willing to put in the time to secure whatever it is that you desire. I also have the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands that came in reverse. I don't know if you're resistant right now to learning new skills or going back to school, or this has something to do with being willing to put in the time to start something all over again, maybe a little bit resistant or hesitant, or not really feeling like you want to go there. I almost feel like there's some investment of your energy, of your time when it comes to your abundance, and you're a little bit hesitant to go there or to initiate that. Yeah. But there is going to be, regardless of whether or not you're resistant to it, there is a new start that cannot be avoided. But it feels like you're going to be in a position or a situation where there's not just going to be you. Like you may have lots of help, lots of support, maybe even peers, right, that you can connect with and lean on and depend on. This may be like a new job that will bring in I feel like this is going to bring in another level of abundance that maybe you're not used to. It may offer opportunities that will be open as far as you're willing to continue to learn and, excel, master. It may be open-ended, this opportunity. And it also may present lots of different ideas and ways that you can reach that level of fulfillment. Many abundant different ideas that will be present for you. You may be the one that's instituting these ideas, or it may be presented to you many different options to choose from in this new job or practical venture or opportunity. Whatever it is, it's going to be very profitable. But you have to be willing to learn new things, Taurus. You have to be willing to enter in as the, and I'm hearing as the, what do you call that? Not as the novice, right? You have to be willing to enter in to learn things that you don't know. That's what I'm hearing. And there's something about not necessarily having to defend your beliefs around abundance, around money, around how you believe in, whether you believe in giving of what you have, whether you believe in charity or not. Don't feel the need to have to defend that or share that, open that up to discussion in a way that will lead to complications. This may be something where you want to keep your business to a minimum. I don't know if it's whoever you'll be entering into the workspace with. There's something about your beliefs being under attack. And so it's nobody's business but yours, what you do with your money, how you believe, in your responsibility around the money that you make, right? There's something about your beliefs being under attack. As long as you are being responsible and doing what you feel like you've been called, as long as you are being true to yourself and not lying to yourself about how you are handling your money, right? We all have our own personal beliefs. Like some people will believe they should give a certain amount, back in some way, shape, or form. Some people believe that just being very responsible, managing their money very wisely is that way of being responsible, right? However you believe, that's your belief. As long as you are practically following that and aligning with your beliefs, that's all that's required. You don't have to share that or argue or convince anybody that your way is the right way. There's something about your beliefs being under spiritual attack. And so this might be a time to just keep your business to yourself. You don't have to discuss it. Because when you open up that door, then you open up the door to criticism and to people who may want to argue. They may not even truly believe what they're saying. They just want to argue. And so there's something coming in about that. Or you just being really critical with yourself too. Have grace with yourself. If you see you need something that you need to work on, commit to working on it. But don't expect it to change overnight. Don't expect to see 100%, improvement because you worked on it for a week, right? Have grace with yourself. A lot of our ingrained habits are changed through practice, consistency, and that happens over time, right? But until then, have grace on yourself, Taurus, okay? Let's see what else comes out here. And also, don't believe that your way is the right way either. Just like you have your idea of what being responsible with your money and your abundance is, other people have their ways, right? And people may just want to argue to get you to talk about what it is that you have. Be careful of that too. And so main character, you could be a man or identify as a man. Don't have to be. You could be dealing with a man. And this feels like someone who I have two men here with ponytails. You could be a man that loves to wear ponytails. You could be dealing with a man that do messy buns or that has a long ponytail in the back with long hair. You could be a woman who also likes to wear ponytails. But there's something to be careful of. Like I said, don't discuss your financial ideas or your financial beliefs. Now is not the time. I feel like you could be in an environment that's not really set up for that type of discussion, or someone may be plotting in that way to try to take or see who they can take from. They won't know what to take if you don't give them the information about what you have. So this is a time to cut off conversations about money, about any material possessions, about what you have coming in the future, right? Even about your own goals and desires. This is a time to cut that off. I also have win lots. You could be someone about to come in with a lot of money. If you play slots or you play the lottery or bingo, or you enter in some type of sweepstakes contest, you may be about to win big. Again, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. People don't have to know. As excited as you are, people don't need to know what has happened in your personal life. Even if you win a $500,000, show up for work Monday, right? Show up for work. Keep doing what you've been doing. Okay? Nobody needs to know. And for someone, you could have been dealing with something that had you down and out for a minute physically, or you will. This might be something not that won't keep you down long. There may be some type of issue that you need to deal with within your physical experience. Your physical abundance may take a dip for a minute. There may be a need to address some physical condition that you've been experiencing here. And it may be something very easy to deal with. You may just need to go see a doctor or something. Whatever it is, I feel like it's short-lived and you get over it really quickly. It doesn't hold you down long. But there's something about your physical that's going through something or will, but it will be a very short turnaround for that if you do what's needed. That's the key to abundance, is to do what is aligned for your highest good, right? If the doctor say stop eating salt, that's what you need to do. If the doctor say you need to get out there and walk at least 20 minutes a day, get your heartbeat up, Taurus, that's what you need to do, okay? This turnaround is possible, but it is contingent upon you following the orders or doing, it may be something that you already know that you need to do. You don't even need anyone to tell you that. You have to do it. You have to do what is best for your highest good, right? The abundance is there if you want it. You have to protect it. You have to do what's needed to bring that in, okay? Let's get one last message with my divine abundance oracle deck. One last message for Taurus. All right, so we have signs, gratitude, and humility. Trust yourself, Taurus. Spirit is going to give you signs. Spirit is already probably giving you signs and synchronicities, things to confirm what you already know, okay? And these are from the divine, so listen. Some of these, in fact, be like synchronicities. Spirit may tell you to go, walk around the block just on a whim, right? And that could cause you to avoid having some type of breakdown in your body just by doing that walk, right? Listen to the signs. Spirit could also tell you, go down to the corner store and play the lottery, play these numbers, right? Listen, whatever sign you're being given, it's going to confirm what you already know. Gratitude also is about you positioning yourself mentally in a energy of being thankful for what you already have. If nothing else increased, realizing and acknowledging that you have been given everything you've needed, and the fact that that is good, that's what it means to be grateful. Being able to be content in any situation, understanding that that has been aligned for you and it's good, okay? So cultivate that energy of gratefulness. I feel like that's going to bring in more abundance for you. Not only that, Spirit is saying that you also, Taurus, are a vessel. Spirit is saying you're a vessel that abundance flows through. That's why that came up. There's going to be some disagreement about what you do with your abundance, with your money, with your resources. That's nobody's business. Do what you're being led to do. Do what Spirit is telling you to do with it. That's nobody else's business. You're going to be, or you already are, like a vessel that abundance is going to flow through. Sometimes you'll be given to be a blessing to others, but in giving, all of your needs will also be met, right? And so there's a bit of being in tune with what's being communicated with signs. Spirit is going to let you know. And then lastly, humility. I don't know who this is for, but somebody may end up coming into some money. And that may be to position you to be of a greater benefit to those around you. Along with that comes a level of humility too. Just because you have the abundance should not change who you are, right? It should not cause you to feel like you're bigger or better. You are still the person you was before you got the money. The only difference is you've been positioned to be of a greater use. I feel like you're given abundance for whoever you are to be a vessel for this abundance to flow through, to meet needs as you are being led. Yeah. There's something about Spirit wanting you to be open to receive this. For some of you, ask for guidance on how to receive this. Ask for a clean heart so that you can receive it in the right energy, in the right spirit, and do the right thing with it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing for whoever you are. Okay. That's your abundance. It's going to come from doing the right thing with what you have. All right, Taurus, thank you for stopping by. You're about to show up in the world full of power and authority. Don't shrink down. There's someone's inheritance that's about to be increased. Okay. That's what I have for you. Until next time. All right. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Blood Moon Oracles, the channel. Someone may need to hear this, so share it, Taurus. Thank you. Bye. Virgo. Hey, Virgo. Hi. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. This station is Blood Moon Oracle. And my name is Leticia. And we are looking into your current abundance, what that looks like right now. We're using a couple of Oracle decks, a tarot deck, a Kipper, and we're going to take a look here. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel it. There may be someone that needs to hear this message. Don't be afraid to share it. Virgo. Okay. All right. So for you, Virgo, first card. Debt is an amazing teacher and tool for transformation. Okay. I am worthy of the highest levels of support. Okay. So there's something about right now you could be learning a lot about financial abundance and how that is something that you're learning through lessons around money, around using your experiences, your lessons as tools that take you to where you want to be, that lead you to more abundant experiences. Also, something here about seeing yourself in a way that is not determined by the amount of money that you have or whether or not you're living the experience that you feel like you deserve to live. The worthiness that we're talking about is inside. It's an intrinsic value that does not base itself on money, materials, or situations, circumstances, right? It is something that is stable and consistent no matter what's going on the outside, right? You can be the poorest man on the block, but understand your intrinsic value and you carry yourself like you are actually the richest man on the block. You could also be the richest man on the block and not have a sense of intrinsic value. You may base all of your stuff on your belongings and what you have, and never find that sense of fulfillment, or you never find that sense of feeling worthy or value because it's not in things. It's not in the external experience. So there's something here about you understanding you're worthy. You were born worthy on any given day. There's nothing that you need to do to earn this. It just is. When that realization takes place, that opens up the door for all of your abundance to come in. And abundance is not just about money, but abundance is about you being able to be fulfilled above and beyond what you expect in any way that you can experience life. It's not just money. It's about our physical experience. It's about our emotional experience. It's about our spiritual experience. It is also about our financial experience too, but it's so much more than that. And so let's go ahead and get some tarot. And please take a moment to like or share. There may be someone that needs to hear this message. I appreciate it. It also will help, the message get out, help the station to grow. So the tarot cards I got for you is the Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Judgment. So I feel like there's something that's embedded in your experience as it pertains to how you're experiencing your emotional abundance. There's something about the past that's very important here, that's linked to your finances. Depending on how you're experiencing this, it almost feels like it could be like a memory, some connection to the past, some trigger That usually the Six of Cups is a nostalgic feeling that feels really good, and it triggers some good feeling in the right now. You ever listen to music and all of a sudden you're like transported back to that time and you're like, yeah, why can't we go back to them times? Things was just easy and smooth and simple. It's like a window of time. There's something about you being able to experience the past positively. Now, if that's not the case, and this trigger back to the past is in fact a trigger, and it's a negative one, this may be creating like emotional blocks for you. You can be the judge of this, Virgo, and this emotional block could also be linked to your finances, and this may be the key to improving your finances. And so if in fact it is something that appears as a negative thing and it triggers you and it doesn't feel good, there may be a need for some healing. May be a need for you to recognize some level of, like, you may need to go back and do like some shadow work. And if you don't know what that is, you can email me. I'll put my email in the description, or you can just look it up too. Shadow work. Shadow work is all about going into those spaces that many times are subconsciously operating in the background. We don't even realize they're there because we have, in many cases, pushed them to the back because they don't necessarily feel good. But it's possible to heal those, to heal that energy, to heal those experiences so they no longer show up as negative experiences if we're conscious of them, and turn them into positive experiences. Because there's something about this that serves as like a key to your abundance flowing in. There's something here. And it may also be linked to you realizing that you're worthy, right? There's nothing that can take that from you. Whatever that thing is in the past, it didn't take it. Nothing can take your worth from you. You still have it. You just need to recognize that. And it has nothing to do with your finances or your material wealth. It has nothing to do with that. This is completely, we're talking about cups. This is an emotional fulfillment. This is experiential fulfillment, right? And so I feel like that is coming in for you, Virgo. I'm also sensing just kind of like a sense of relief for some reason. Thinking like that, okay, such and such has happened now. All of a sudden, that's over, and the sigh of relief I'm hearing. I don't know if you may have just gotten over some type of hump where you were able to complete something. It could be something financial, like you just got from under some heavy financial burden and you finally finished paying it off, or you finally finished doing whatever this is, and now you feel lighter. You've been waiting for this to end. Now you feel lighter. There's some understanding, maybe if you're not here yet, once this happens, you will feel relief. There's something that you're waiting for that feels like it has you tied up in some type of way. You don't feel like you can move the way you want to or navigate until this is done, until this is out of the way. And you feel like you'll be more stable. There's some understanding of what you need to do to feel more stable, right? Carry that through. I also feel that you are someone that is possibly open, and maybe someone that believes in, trying different things, being open to different ventures and different opportunities. You may be someone that's looking for your niche. You're looking for that thing that just, not only do you feel equipped to do it, and not only does it feel good, but it also opens you up to your abundance, right? You've been looking, maybe even trying different things, searching, someone who starts things often, right? Things that feel fun too. You may be someone that look to have fun in what these things that you're doing and looking into. And then lastly, we have the Judgment too. Talking about that still, like choosing things that align, like choosing things that are fun, that keep you interested. Like you are someone that probably needs a lot of mental stimuli, or you get bored easy. But choosing things that are fun and align you, with what it is that you do well. You have some level of belief in thinking that this is where the abundance flows. And that is true. I agree with you. You are someone who thinks that there needs to be an alignment between different aspects of your being. Like you could believe that, you have to really connect with something that you love. My grandmother used to say that. She used to tell us, do something that you love to do, because if you do that, then you won't feel like you're working. You feel like you're just playing and you're getting paid to play. That's easier said than done, but you could follow along that kind of philosophy, when it comes to your abundance. And you may be someone who says that it also should be aligned with your beliefs, spiritually or otherwise. There needs to be some alignment with important pillars that make up your being, right? There's something really deep about how you view the welcoming in of abundance or aligning with that. And this may be something that you've learned through your experience, like somewhere along the way, you've kind of constructed this philosophical idea of aligning with your abundance. You could be someone who's very philosophical, and you think of your abundance in a very spiritual way, where it needs to align with your beliefs about it. You could be someone who also have a firm connection with your source as well. You may look for guidance from a higher power, as we all do, but there's something very important that you connect with your abundance here. Okay, let's get some more information from our Kipper for Virgo. More information from Virgo. All right, so we have work, court official, convene, long way. So I do see that you are someone who could possibly work at home. You're someone who works in an office setting. You may be someone that works before a computer. You could also be someone who works in the capacity of the courts. Like you could be a court official, or there may be something under wraps for you. And there's something about a court case that's underway as it pertains to you. Someone may be being questioned about you, about your demeanor. Yeah, I don't know if you're on trial. If you're on trial here for something, whatever this is, it has something to do with your abundance. It could have something to do with your money. It could affect your money, or maybe not. If this is a case that you've opened against someone else, this could be a case that it may be looking good for you at this point. But I feel the energy of someone who can't wait to see you again. They can't wait to talk to you again. And if it's about this court case, it's almost like they can't wait to see the look on your face. Or that might be you feeling that way too. But there's the energy of someone that is very eager to have another meeting with you. I'm going to get more clarity on this. Give us more clarity on this. Convene. Give us more clarity on this. Convene for Virgo. Okay. This could be a spouse. I got main character. You could be Afro-American, or your spouse is Afro-American. This could be someone that you were married to, someone that you went to school with or graduated with. There's some connection to learning. If you didn't graduate with them, something about receiving compensation for what you've done, for the time and the energy that you spent. This may be a very valuable lesson that you learned dealing with this person. But whatever this is, I feel like the conclusion is not near. It's far off. This process is going to take a minute. This is something that is going to be, something that's going to be part of the situation that you're dealing with for a while, with long way. This may take a moment to resolve, I'm hearing. Okay. And whatever it is, it has something to do with your emotional, mental, spiritual, financial, some part of your abundance, your ability to enjoy a fulfilled life right now. There's someone very much involved or attached to you, whether you want them to be or not. And it looks like it may be the situation for a while. Let's see. There may be something that's being learned in this situation. What is the last message for Virgo here? All right. In the last message, we have limitless, your path, and energy clearing. Okay. And so Spirit wants you to be open-minded. In this picture, there's like many hands that are open, and there's a butterfly in each of the hands. And it signifies being willing to allow what needs to go. As beautiful as it may have been, Spirit is letting you know this is the way to your abundance. It's by being open to release what needs to be released, right? And in being open, right, you do allow what needs to be released, but you also are open to receive. The way to receive is by releasing. And that's going to open up miracles that you aren't expecting. And understanding that something about you realizing you were never in control, right? Spirit was always in control, as they are now. And in you being open to release, you open yourself to receive a limitless support, a limitless influx of abundance. However you see that, Spirit is saying there are miracles when you release and not try to hold back what needs to go. That's your welcoming to receive your abundance. And it's going to flow in a way that you hadn't expected, because there's something about understanding that we are limited, but Spirit is not. The divine is not limited. God's not limited. This is a moment to put your trust in your higher power to work whatever this is out and to open up your abundance, right? I feel like Spirit wants you to still experience your abundance, even in the midst of whatever this is. It could be some type of financial bind that you've gotten yourself in. It could be some type of thing that has attachments to your finances or your wages, right? Whatever it is. It could be a person coming after your money. Whatever it is, Spirit is like, but you could still listen. I'm not of this matrix, right? I operate in a divine matrix above all of this. And in ways that you're limited, I'm not. Spirit is saying, receive the limitlessness that I'm going to give you. Open your hand, release what needs to go, what wants to go, and trust and believe that I can still allow you to operate and exist in abundance in spite of. Because I can use anything, Spirit says. I'm not limited. I can use anything, right? Do you believe that? Anything. That means there's nothing left out, anything to create abundance for you. Also, there's a need for you to ask for guidance. Ask for knowledge about the plan that concerns you. And so that you can release anything that stands in the way of that. Are there fears? Are there memories that keep arising, that keep you kind of stuck in past energy? Is there unforgiveness? Is there illusions that you're experiencing? Ask for help. Spirit wants you to ask for help, Virgo, in the areas that you need, okay? So that transformation can happen. I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to bring in for you, some level of transformation for you on your behalf. Spirit desires for you to live in abundance. And there's something that you needed to have learned through this process for you to be able to handle what Spirit wants for you. Some things can't come in without the lesson. Otherwise, we end up in the same position over and over and over. And so with that being said, there's some need to cleanse. There's some need to wash clean or to bring in some level of energetic cleansing. And that happens through crisis. Like unless this traumatic event unless this event never took place, unless this event did take place, right? The transformation would never happen because we would never really be desperate enough for change, right? And so energetic clearing talks about crises. And during that crisis, that's when we're able to release and let go of the fear or any attachments or illusions so that we can receive. So we can receive. But there's something about letting go that's consistent here. Something needs to be let go. Maybe something from the past, the 6 of Cups. Something needs to be let go. And so that's what I'm getting for you. But overall, Spirit wants you to know that you are worthy. You were born worthy. You don't have to earn this. And it's not in the abundance of things that we find our worth. It's in just being and knowing who we are, how amazing we are, with or without things, with or without position, with or without, outside support. But Spirit is going to bring all of that in, and you're being asked to release. Empty out so that you can receive. Ask. That's what I hear Spirit saying. Ask. That's what I have for you, Virgo. And for somebody, I'm hearing the scripture. What is the scripture? Give, and it shall be given in good measure. Pressed down, shaken together, running over will men give into your bosom. But there's something about allowing transformation. And so there needs to be a change. There needs to be surrender, is what I'm hearing. There needs to be surrender. And maybe that is just, releasing control and just letting things happen the way they need to happen. Trusting fully in the divine. Again, we're limited. The divine is not. And so that's what I'm hearing. Maybe that scripture was something that it's like, ding, okay, that's for me. But that's what I'm hearing for you, Virgo. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. I hope you got something out of this message. Share, like, comment. Maybe someone else needs to hear it too. Leticia is my name. Blood Moon Oracle is the channel. Until next time, take care. Bye.